Hello everyone, I'm Xiao Gang. Okay, in this chapter, we finally get to talk about strings. Some of you might have questions like, shouldn't something like strings be placed at the very beginning? Shouldn't it be covered as basic data? So why is it being covered so late? Because strings are simple. They are indeed simple. But they can also be complex. The reason they are simple is that in blueprints, an @A actually meets our needs. And in a few cases, we might use ant_ft, which is used for our Google, this socket name, or in some situations, or for some tags, we use fref, and only when we do multi-version, when supporting multiple language versions, we will use something called FText. It is also very simple. You just need to specify a key and then configure the corresponding keys. For different, then you can use the engine's built-in API to switch between language types. It is a very easy operation. The reason it is said to be complex is that if you talk about string encoding, you will inevitably have to deal with the encoding issue. And encoding often poses a challenge for beginners or those transitioning from other engines or other languages. For example, those coming from Unity, or they come from Java or have switched over, they will make many mistakes regarding the encoding format. Because Unreal Engine, the encoding it uses, it cannot possibly be our GBK encoding, right? And because this language needs to support many languages, so its encoding can basically only be used within the engine. Once you want to communicate with Unity, you want to communicate with a Java backend. Once you want to call a third-party SDK, then this string must be converted. And there are many pitfalls in the conversion. So in this video, we will mainly go through this document. Then in this slide, we will review the technical API. Then later, how to handle it in network communication. Process and encrypt this string. As for how to handle it, we will explain it later during the practical session. Okay, let's first look at this document. This document has roughly these sections. We will only pick some key points. These are FString, FLAM, and FText. They are a must-ask question during interviews. A must-ask question, but actually, you only need to remember their common features. Then you just need to know what they are and how to use them, why they are used this way, and what the differences are between them, how to convert between them. So mastering this part of the knowledge to this extent is acceptable. Okay, no problem.